Hello everyone, this is Deborah back again, and here I am with part 2 of my envelope journal, and I'm really wanting to get it finished off now. You know, I'm thinking that it's time, and hopefully I can do it in this one sitting, so I'm just going to really push myself to do that. Now the piece that's going down on the side of the envelope is that, so I'm going to stick that down here. And then I'm just going to check how much of that I need. In fact, I'm going to stick it down so that it's ready. Putting it against the edge there, but I will still have the pocket in here. And then I think I'm going to cut that off. I don't want that all the way over there. Get rid of that bit, I've just bent it over. If you like your work to be precise, you're probably horrified by the way I'm quickly putting this together. So I'm sorry about that if I'm freaking you out, but you know, time's moving on, there's no time to waste. That's really gorgeous. That's just a bit of stuff that I've printed off the internet, I think. From memory. Got this bit of paper. I'm going to cut it on a similar angle. Give it a rip, and I'll put some of it down on there too. On the next page, I want to do something that's a bit different. I don't want to just be sticking paper onto the top of the envelope, so I'm going to work out something different on the next page. Let's change it up a bit. Yes, okay, so I've just ripped that at a similar angle in case you're wondering what I'm doing. There is method in my madness. This is another piece that I've been using to test my gel press, and then I'm just going to rip it off. Oh, hang on, so you can see that. I'm just using the edge of the envelope as a bit of a guide to roughly rip that off. There you go, done. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. Oh, I'll take that off too because it's annoying me. That's pretty cool. So on the next page, I want to do something, as I said, that's a bit different. What that's going to be, I have no idea, but let's give it a go, shall we? Let's give it a go. I've got this tag where I've been playing with some stamps and some birds, and I'm wondering if I cut that. I suppose actually I don't need to cut that like that. I'm just going to cut the tag off and stick it in here so you can see the bird through the window. I wish he was a bit smaller. I'm going to turn him on his side because he's just a bit too big. The bird, the bird stamp to fit in there. And turn him on his side and just make sure that he is stuck in. Now to do that, I'm just putting a little bit of double-sided tape on top of the card. I'm going to slide that back into place, I hope. And then stick that down. Have to trim that off, it's a little bit too big. Then on this side, I'm going to cut something. Let me get something to cut. I don't like that. Oh, I suppose I could put something on the top and the bottom because I wanted to just have that bird peeking out of there. Okay, yep. All right, so I'm going to change a plan. I love it when you have to change a plan to make what you want work. So if I put this down here and here, hopefully when I put something over the top, it will look like it's a continuation of the bird that's underneath, but he'll be underneath that window. I'm using a different ink to ink edges today because the other one died. I just had worn it to the very bone and it just gave up the ghost. So I've had to pull a new one from my, or an old, but another one, a different one from my stash. Okay, and then I'm using a pen. I shouldn't be, I should probably use a pencil, but, and this is just a little baby trimmer. Okay. Try and get that in the right spot. And I'm wondering if I can do some collage on top of that, which I probably can. Yep, I think I'll do that. Okay, let's stick it down. This would be really good for writing on as well. Get some nice journaling space happening here. And I'll just put that down on the very edge. Trim this off. I think I've cut that through, but that's fine. We'll fix that up afterwards. And now I want probably something like maybe this. In fact, what I'm going to do is, I just had an idea. Is I'm going to start by putting some ink on here. Let's just crumple this and ink it. And then take some of my matte medium, put a little bit around the image. And now I'm just going to cut that open, or tear that open, and pull it back to the edge. And then a bit more medium. And that's torn, I've torn a bit of that off just to fill in some of these gaps. So I've created a little window, but I've also just not had it plain like that. And then when that dries, how's that look? And that's okay. Okay. I'm talking to the camera in case you wondered. I'm probably talking to you as well, but I'm just looking at the image on the computer so I can see if it looks okay when you're looking at it on the computer, because I think it helps to, helps me to work out if that actually does look any good. I'm going to let it dry and then I'm going to trim it up around there a little bit. I still want to leave enough room to journal around it, and so I don't want to fill it all in. I still want to have enough room that I can journal on this piece here, which is quite a nice clean piece. And then here I might put some of this down, just a little bit of tissue while I've got the matte medium out. Oh, so I'm just using my finger, squish that down, put this on here. really need to, I've decided my motto now is to be brave. I went to a class and decided that's my motto for the year. Let's be brave, shall we? Let's not worry about things going wrong. Let's just move on and see what happens in life. And because I've got that bit, I don't know if I like it there, but I could put it here. I could put it back to back. Actually, that looks quite good, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to put it back to back with that one. It's going to match the corners up and that. So it looks like it's got a purpose. And the other little bird's fallen inside there. That's quite cute. And then I wish I had a little bit that was smaller than this. It wasn't quite so big. I wish. Always wishing it was so. Let's see what can go on there. I might get some of this paper that I had before. This is a bit of old coffee dyed paper that I have. And I didn't really like the way that this turned out. I tried, but it still smells a bit of coffee or something, but I can use it in here. It actually doesn't look too bad. I did look a fair bit of it. There's a fair bit in this particular book that I'm using, this particular, packet of stuff that I'm using here, but I didn't actually really, I didn't take to it too much, I've got to say. What else have I got? That's got similar tones in it, hasn't it? Because I can put that down. Not on the back, it's very blue. Again, just small paper. I've experimented. When I use the gel press and just play around, I find the book pages are really good to play with because you get, it's nice and cheap. You don't have to worry about how much you're spending on paper. Or else I use the old scraps from my watercolour class, which is just as cheap. Well, it's not really, but they're the bits I throw away anyway, so may as well just use them. Use the back of them up. Time to tear that away before we move on. It's quite a warm day today, which is great. It's dried really quickly. Yeah, that's quite cute. Yeah. And we're just going to now put something else down. I feel like I have to stick in these sorts of tones. And it's really annoying that I don't have anything that's quite long enough to fit into that page, that I've always got to add a little bit. I do have some pieces that are a bit longer, but most of it's sort of this book page. Here's a piece. Okay, put that in. Another old bit from doing something or other. And now a little bit for up here. It's not quite long enough, is it? No. But I do have, it's not long enough either. This is coffee dyed pieces that I don't like. I want to get rid of that, throw it in the bin. The whole idea with this is to try and use everything. There you go, there's a bit of paper that's come from the pattern, dress pattern, sewing pattern. I think that will blend in very nicely and finish that page off. Again, we'll come back and tear that off after it's dried, when it's easier to tear. So I've still got my pocket in there. And then with this page, may I just see what I've got. Put that map there, but I don't know, it's a bit too bright for me. Too bright. Some more of this coffee paper, which I think can go in the bin. And then this one, I think I'm going to cover this because I just don't want to repeat the same thing and having something poke through on that every time we do it. So I think I'm actually going to cover that up this time. I'd like a nice picture. It's here. Here's another one of those black and white images that I did on the gel press. And I really like this down here. Maybe I'm going to use all of this actually. Yep, I'm going to use the whole lot. Okay, so let's go. And it's almost big enough for this page, not quite, nearly. And then I can just cut it down the edge here. I think that will look good with a photograph on it later. Let's pull this off while I'm here, finish off this. I really like this piece of paper, that is so cool. The back's cool too, but I really like the front bit here. Yeah, so I think that when I put my own, you know, I'll get sort of a photo, maybe something like that size to put there, that's going to be a nice page. Just going to stick this down quickly. These are like the, I've got this stamp and it hasn't worked out, it just hasn't come out properly. But if I put them down here it might look okay. Let's have a go and see what we think. Now I'm covering up the gap as well, the pocket in this envelope. Like I said, I don't think that you need to have every single thing opened and every single window showing through. And I'm going to need one more. Oh yeah, I've got another brown one, that's good. This stamp is I think it's a Carabelle stamp and it's windows, but it comes in a big plate and I couldn't get them to stamp very well, so I cut them apart, which was a bit horrifying when I just paid a fortune for these stamps. And I thought, I think that dark one needs to go on the bottom. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's cool. Okay, let's get this on. And I think limiting yourself to a certain sort of lot of images, or in my case a whole heap of stuff of leftovers, I think that really forces you to be creative, where perhaps in the past you would think, oh, I haven't got what I want, so I'm going to go out and buy something. Whereas this way you're kind of forced to use whatever is, you know, on your palette, so to speak. I guess it's a bit like painting. If you don't have a particular colour, you mix it yourself or you find another colour that works. That's really cool. I like that. Yeah. And let's trim this again. Oh, God. Things flying everywhere here today. That's because I'm pushing myself along just to hurry up. I having done that, I'm just going to go and cut that on my cutter. I cut through that anyway, so I thought I'd cut it on the cutter, and I've created a pocket in there. It hasn't gone all the way through because I've put tape on the back half, but I've still got a little pocket in there. That's looking really cool. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Let's move on, let's move on. Let's see what else we can do. I really like these faces that I've got, and I thought I had a few more of them actually. I do, there they are. Oh, there's a little frame, okay. Quite like that in there, but I want to put something on top of them to give them some character. What have I got? Sort of like a hat or hair. Let's see what else I've got with that. I've got this piece, and I've got some of that blue here. Maybe I could make something out of that pretty blue that I like. Just so they've got something on their hair rather than nothing on their heads, because they're really just faces. Might look a bit weird otherwise. They might look a bit weird like this. Who knows? I want a bit of a background on here, so maybe I can put this down. Let's try this and put this on top. So it's not just all... just so it's not plain. I'll put this on top with the weird hair, and this with more weird hair. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go with that. I'm doing a bit of art journaling here by accident, and that's fine with me too. And then we'll come back and I might put some stuff on top. Yeah, I might put some things on top of it. I probably will actually. I'm just seeing what I've got that I can put over all of it. I've got some clear white tissue. I think I've got a piece big enough to cover it all. Oh, I was looking for that tape the other day. I had to open a new one. Now I know why it was hiding in there. Oh, what about a piece of acetate? Yep. I could put that acetate over it, couldn't I? Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to show if I use the double-sided tape. But what I'm going to do is I thought I'd throw this roll in the bin actually, because I was working the other day and thought, oh, where did that piece go that I was using? So because this will show through the acetate, I'm putting the acetate, putting it on the side, and I'm going to cover that. It's cool because you've got this piece that's like that and it's creating a bit of an effect. Plus, I think I'm going to stick some more stuff on here too. You know, I've got this urge to put some more tissue down on here. And I've got a couple more tags. Messy on the back again, but that's cool. I can put them into the book. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's an envelope. Oh, that's right. That's from a class I did the other weekend with, okay, I can't think of a name. It'll come to me. Hang on, it'll come to me. No, I can't think of a name. But she was very nice. She was very good. And we were doing a class. She was from the UK, and I got these really, these are A5 envelopes, but she actually gave us a couple each from the junk mail, because this is the size their junk mail comes in. So she was telling us to bring junk mail envelopes, but for us, of course, they're usually like this size. Maybe, you know, some of the catalogue ones are a bit bigger. But everyone was like, well, we don't know what they are, and this is why, because these are the ones that she has. That's what the UK people have, and that's going to be upside down if I do that. And, oh, that's right, I remember her name now. Jo Firth Young, or Joffy, commonly known as Joffy. And these are the chalk paints, and I actually bought some of them, so I'll be doing a demo of those, because I was really quite happy with those chalk paints. I thought that they looked really nice. So I want to use this envelope as an envelope in the book, as an extra envelope. How I can do that? If I put that there, and then, so if I had that stuck there and then it folded out and then out, I'd have to do that, wouldn't I? I can't stick it here because it's going to have to be stuck here and then folded out and then out. Okay, so let's first of all stick it down. Yep, it's going to have to go there. Because I want to be able to use it. Ah, sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. And I want the numbers up the right way. And I also want to be able to fold it out and put something in it. I'll take that off, because now I'm going to lay something down here to hide all that. And I'm wondering if I can put this other piece. Oh. But of course it's sticky, Deborah. Remember that it's sticky, people, because I'm having trouble remembering that, so you're going to have to remember that for me. Oh, look what I've got in here. Oh. Actually, you know what? It's a pity it's not a tiny bit bigger. It'd be really good as the cover, wouldn't it? Okay, give some thought to that. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, there's more houses. So these would be good. At some point I can come back and paint them. I might have said that last time. I don't remember. But if I put that in there, and then I can just put a strip down there. That's a good idea. Keep hoping I'm going to finish it. And I'll put that about there because I'm sure that that's not going to go all the way. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just realised I'm not quite in shot. Hang on. Okay. So I've put some double-sided tape down. As usual, everything's sort of, you know, coming in at me, which is what happens when I craft. It's like these, my stuff seems to have a mind of its own and just come creeping in at me. And I'm just going to lay this down like this. Okay. I've just caught the edge of that tape, but I've just spied the other washi. Look at that. Nick of time. And put that down on the edge, and it's got some other tape there that's going to save my bacon. It's going to save my bacon nicely, isn't it? Okay. I'll just trim this off. Trying not to cut the envelope in this instance because I don't want to have a gap in there. And just cut this one too. Okay. I think that's done, that page. And I've got this in here. Just, nope, that's not too bad. Paint those up later when I work through and use the journal. Wishing I'd put those, actually curve them around the ends now. Never mind. Okay, done. And got a nice pocket in here. Let's see how that goes over. Let's get my bone scorer because I don't want to interfere with the fold of the journal. I'm going to just have to score that back so that it will go over and then close on top. There you go. That's fine. But I do need something on here now. Maybe I'll continue that black and white theme that I've got going. So I've got this nice piece here. So I want to make sure that I get it into that correct spot where I've cut it for. Okay, there you go. So I've got a pocket and I need something for this side as well. And I've got this other piece of black. Might be a bit too black. Actually, what I might do is introduce the colour that's on this side onto the back side as well. So I put this on here. More scraps have been used. I've got a nice big envelope that actually, as you can see, goes all the way in. So I've got that whole width of that folded A5 envelope. I'll fold that over there and I've got nice here. So what have we done today? We've done this bit here, obviously. And then on this side we have done, oh that's right, I tied those two up. I have to untie that. I thought they were on the same side, those two, but clearly they weren't, and I've managed to tie it up 2 pages, although that's not a bad thing. I could leave it like that, but let's untie it. Oh, yes, that's right. I finished off these today. So I had that side done. I finished this side off. and lost my bit of string now, but I'll find that later and put it back on. And I also put this page here together, and then this page here with this pocket in here, and then this page here with the acetate over the top. So I think that's pretty good for, you know, an hour, just over an hour of crafting, and I've really enjoyed that. And I haven't got that much more to do, have I? No, I've got 1, 2, I've got to do the cover, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So I will definitely come back and show you what I do to the cover. But so far, I think that's pretty cool. So this is Deborah. I hope you've enjoyed your crafting afternoon with me, and join me next time. Cheers.